We must understand our ancestral past in order to understand our present. If we do not understand our ancestral past, then we will not understand our present. That is why many of us are ignorant today, because we do not understand our ancestral past. We do not understand who our ancestors were. Therefore, we don't understand who we are. We allowed others to tell us who our ancestors were. We allowed others to dictate how we perceive our ancestry, how we perceive who we are. We allow the agendas of others to live within us. That is the epitome of what it means to be a slave, is to adopt the agendas of another person that is for your own demise, that is for your oppression. That is what we have done as Africans. In order for us to lessen the load, in order for us to lay down our burden of oppression, we must understand who we are, and we must live as the people we are, Africans. If we don't do that, then we will not be able to live the best lives that we can possibly live. We won't even be able to stand up for ourselves. We won't be able to speak up for ourselves, defend ourselves, fight for ourselves. If we don't understand our culture, if we don't understand our history, if we don't understand our people, if we don't understand our ancestors, we must understand what our ancestors went through, what our ancestors did in order to fight their oppression so that we can. The longer we disown ourselves, the longer we will be oppressed. The longer we disown ourselves, the longer we will stay in the dark. The longer we disown ourselves, the longer we will be taken advantage of, mistreated, and abused. I don't think that we as Africans should continue to embrace narratives that hinder our progress. And the narratives that we embrace that hinder our progress are narratives of self-hate. These narratives of self-hate that we embody, and we disguise it as pride for other things. For example, we'll use religion. We'll use religion and say that I'm Muslim, and we'll stick to being proud Muslims. We'll use other races and try to identify ourselves with anything that's not us in regards to race. We want to be Native American. We want to be white. We want to be Asian. We want to be whatever it is we're quote unquote mixed with, right? In order to run away from the fact that we're African, in order to run away from the fact that we are African and that we must stand up for ourselves as Africans. We're running away from our responsibilities as Africans at the end of the day. That's really what we're doing when we latch on to all of these different personas, so to speak. So it doesn't do us any good, and we've been doing it for too long. This is something that has been going on ever since we were enslaved. This is something that has been going on, and this is something that has been passed down generation to generation, and we're not changing it. We're not changing it. We're just repeating the same pattern. And it's only until we decide to stand up and take a hold of the wheel, then can we have a different perception of who we are as Africans. And that's what I'm doing. That's what other Pan-Africanist leaders are doing. We're taking the wheel, and we're leading our community by embracing a different narrative and by teaching a new narrative. We must change the ways of our people's mindsets in order for us to see the light, in order for us to see the truth of what is going on in this country, in this society, in the world for African people. We must know. All right. But until next time, this has been Proud Africans of America. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. I pray that everybody have a good one. Peace.